All right, in this module, we're going to talk a little bit more about product opportunity. Like I said in previous modules, the absolute no-brainer thing to do if you're already selling in e-commerce is migrate your existing products over to TikTok Shop. Like, end of story, period. You guys need to do that. But you shouldn't just limit yourself to selling what you're already selling. There's an opportunity on TikTok Shop that is not being met that you might be able to take advantage of and start selling or being one of the first sellers for a new niche that's trending. So Vincent, I want to pick your brain a little bit because I do not know at all how to look for opportunity. I've kind of strictly been thinking of TikTok Shop as like an expansion platform to sell my existing goods.
Yeah.
But how can somebody get ideas to maybe even come up with new products that they can sell on the platform?
So I love this question because it's something that I get asked all the time is what's going to do well on TikTok Shop? Or if I have my catalog on other like marketplaces or stores, what do I focus on building my videos about, those shoppable videos that will do well as I kind of build up some brand equity on this platform? What's really exciting is that in your operational hub, Seller Center, which everyone will get once you register your shop, on the left-hand side, there will be a product kind of menu option. And there's this exciting feature called product opportunities that I recommend everyone explore through. The reason is it gives you 4 main things to check out. One is popular keywords. And so you'll find highly searched keywords on TikTok that actually have low inventory on TikTok Shop. And so you can use that to either improve your SEO or inspire your next video or kind of fill that gap in your catalog. With that, we also have popular hashtags. And so these are things in trending videos or videos with high sales, which is great, where you can take these hashtags and either plan your content strategy or again, just go back and add it to your videos. The most popular one that I push people for right when they're starting is popular subcategories. So when we say categories, as you add your products to TikTok, it's obviously going to live somewhere, right? I'm in the home category, specifically under furniture or something of the like. As you do that, you're kind of feeding TikTok into what's relevant for you. And it'll actually feed you popular subcategories of things that are being searched not only on TikTok, but on other marketplaces so that you can figure out, again, what are some gaps that I can help fill? Or again, where I want to over-index because I finally brought it to the table. And then the last one is going to be specifically popular products. So not just the category of where it lives, but what are the products truly that people are searching through? I looked through this earlier today, and it's as specific as like glitter pens, things like that. So really prescriptive, and you'll have a lot of different sorting options. So you can look through like how many products are selling in that category or how many are actually listed across TikTok Shop. So really great insight to just feed your strategy as you're setting up your store.
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, he doesn't know too much about Helium 10 and what we do for Amazon, but a lot of what he was just talking about is kind of like what we do inside of Helium 10 for the Amazon platform. And that's cool that it's already built in to TikTok Shop. And I'm sure we're going to probably later integrate a lot of these things that he mentioned into Helium 10 so that you can like search it in even different ways, because that is my, that I am not, as you can see, like some gothic person with black lipstick and earrings in my, everywhere, like on my face, right? That you would think is stereotypical, somebody into coffin shelves, like I told you I sell. But the way I found it actually wasn't even on Amazon. I was looking on like other websites like Pinterest and Etsy and saw that it was trending. Mm-hmm. And then that was how I brought that to Amazon. And then now it sounds like this is also a way that you can come up with ideas that are trending where nobody's selling it. That's what we found. People were searching for gothic decor and spooky lifestyle and things like that on Amazon. And there weren't coffin shelves that people were also searching for. And then so we were like able to fill that need. So using these strategies that he just talked about, now you're going to be able to find, hey, what are people searching for on TikTok, but they're not really finding it in TikTok Shop. And then who knows, instead of having, starting on Amazon and Shopify and bringing products, maybe now you're going to start on TikTok Shop and have a successful product because it gets viral on TikTok Shop. And now you're going to be able to go the opposite way. Now migrate that perhaps to your Amazon or Shopify store or other platform. All right, so now I'm interested in diving into this because this, like I said before, this is something I have not done. So let me bring my computer in here and let's go ahead, walk us through what we can do. I went into my Seller Center here. I clicked on products and then I clicked on product opportunities. Now I'm here. what can I do from this page?
Yeah, exactly. So this is where you guys will get a great visual of some of the things we've talked about thus far, where you can look at top search keywords, again, things people are searching for, trending hashtags, so you can use that to feed and amplify your videos itself, the subcategories. But what I think is most exciting is beyond all of that, which just kind of helps you, let's start at the beginning, right? And actually look at what are the popular products that people are searching through. And you'll see that when we click into this, it's actually listing some very specific products about what people are looking at and what matches with your catalog that you can add in here. The pro tip that I always give to people when they're navigating through this is use the tags up here to kind of navigate through, where, especially on my end, if I'm looking at popular products, I'm a big fan of bestsellers, just because for me, that's a thing that's always going to be doing well. The data's looking at the last 30 days, but you also can look at more of a trend-driven product standpoint, or platform picks, where this is TikTok Shop kind of highlighting what's been in demand. And so you can click through these and it'll actually help you filter the list that you're looking at and start to digest it. And then what's great is once you're looking through this, if there's something that catches your eye and kind of matches the strategy that you want to go for, you can just go ahead and click add products and add that from your catalog into TikTok Shop if you haven't already.
So when I hit add products, it is going to, can I just click this?
Yeah.
So this goes into, oh yeah, it's the first time I'm seeing this, opportunity details. So it's telling me, hey, this is in-demand products recommended by TikTok Shop. So is this looking at like my current catalog and saying, hey, you kind of do similar products to this, so we think that this could be something that you'd be interested in?
Great question. Yeah, so we chatted about it in another module before, but as a reminder, when you guys are adding your products, whether it's through an integration or manually, it always kind of comes with its own related categories. So TikTok kind of knows what space or spaces you're operating in, and that's what helps feed these opportunities, is with things that you might have in your catalog or things that you might add into the mix, what's right for you. And then you still have that freedom to choose, does this match my overall store aesthetic? And that's why after we clicked add products, there's almost two options within that, where if we click into any of them again.
Or you just click any of these here?
Yeah, so if we click into any of them, you'll notice that it splits at the bottom into two options, where you can either select products that you actually do have that match up with this, or kind of like we've spoken before, if you're like, wait, no, this is a great opportunity and I'm willing to add this into my kind of inventory, you can also add a new product that hasn't existed before.
Hold on, let me ask you something though. Yeah. You mentioned that it says select products that I already have. So like, I'm not understanding that. So if I already have a product that I'm selling in TikTok Shop, what does it mean to select it from my shop and then do what if it's already active?
Great question. So we've encountered this before, where when people are adding their items, I think especially when they do it manually, you choose the category that it lives in, right? But if it lives in a certain category, sometimes things are a bit more broad, right? It might not be doing as well as it could be in something that people are actively searching for. So that's your way of kind of tweaking the category that it lives in with what you're seeing reflected through the data here.
Interesting. Okay.
Or we've had it where with integrations that auto assigns one,
yeah,
and you weren't aware of it because you didn't look through your catalog in that much detail.
So then on TikTok Shop, if I'm in one category, like I did that at the beginning through my integration or just when I created my product, and I hit this, does it now change my category, or this like adds a category to what I had already chosen?
Good question. This one will change the category.
Got it. All right. So here in the product opportunities or popular subcategories tab, I see something that says auto match. What does that mean?
Yeah. So this is a really exciting opportunity where if you hover over it, it'll give you some details about what you're doing. But this is really nice where rather than kind of manually looking through this, right? Where again, what we're looking at on this tab is the popular subcategories. So this isn't specific items, but more so, as you see, socks, shapewear, panties, bathing accessories. If you look through this and you're kind of comparing the items that have sold in the last 30 days versus the products that are available, again, these are great niches to fit into where you can start to add a variety of products that fit this. If you don't want to do this manually, we've created this great feature where if you turn on auto match, you'll see here that with that, if you have new products that match this opportunity, it'll auto do it if it's approved and just auto match your products to those opportunities. So it makes it a little bit more automated rather than you checking in here, especially with a theme I've noticed is that merchants, once they set up their shop, this is a great spot where they visit in the beginning. But I think as we get used to doing our business, we tend not to revisit this spot. So it's a great function to turn on. That way you almost don't have to think about it.
All right. Now, one thing I like about being relatively new myself to TikTok Shop is I'm going to ask you the kind of dummy questions as a newbie, but I'm sure you guys are not dumb either, but I'm sure you guys have these same questions. For me, like I've always kind of been under the impression that, hey, like the most important part of success on TikTok Shop is how your influencers promote your product and going viral and things like that, which I'm sure is still the case. But in a situation like that, where does what category you're in or what subcategory you're in, where does that matter? Is this kind of like algorithmic based? Like if my product is not in the, bathing accessories category, it's in the pool category or something, perhaps my virality is not going to happen because I'm in the wrong category? Or what is the purpose of making sure I'm aligned to the right category if all that matters is that I go viral?
Yeah, a really good question. So I do think one is that kind of organic aspect where as you think of the algorithm, and especially how it matches with us as consumers, depending on how things are slotted in, it might feed into someone's video and do well organically. But I think the other aspect to keep in mind is, again, we have that For You page where videos pop up organically as we're scrolling through. But there is that shop tab where people can, with intent, go searching through. And I think based on that, depending on what I'm clicking through, your product will show up on there. And again, that's a really important spot as well, because those are people that are intentionally looking to buy right in that moment, as opposed to just catching someone with a value prop.
Excellent. Just by browsing here, again, this is my literal first time being on this page. You can actually see just even without even filtering some of the opportunity. Like for example, you see something like this category of photo albums that there's 5,000 items were sold, but it has 244 available products. But look at this other one that has very similar number sold, 3,000 or a little over 3,000, but only 49 active products. So like right off the bat, you can see like, whoa, shoot, like if I'm selling cardboard cutouts potentially or thinking about it, I'm only one of 49 products available for this kind of like subcategory. So instantly I can see some opportunity that way.
It's funny because you asked me earlier, hey, have you ever thought about being a seller? Are you a seller? And I said, no, but TikTok makes it a little too easy. This is one of the aspects, right? When you look at things like that, where I'm like, I can stock cardboard cutouts. I can do that. Yeah. So really exciting to look through here and see things you might not have even thought would be great moments of opportunity, right?
All right. So can you wrap up this module with a kind of like a recap of why this is important?
Yeah, I agree. So I think the benefits of this feature, right, is you get to stay ahead of your competition, right? It's funny because it's right on Seller Center, but not everyone's looking through it is the funniest part. With that, you'll also boost your shop tab visibility, kind of like I mentioned, where as people are shopping with intent, they'll find a product in the right category to make sure that you guys are all set up for success. And then I think kind of the thing we've been talking about most at length is you'll find your next bestseller, whether that's a product you had but didn't realize could be your hero product on TikTok where you're like, this is going to do numbers, or that gap that you're filling that now people are already searching for and is going to sell well. So really exciting stuff.
So again, we're not trying to say just start on this and just start from scratch on TikTok Shop. That's the beauty about TikTok Shop. You don't have to start from scratch. If you're already selling on another platform, import your products. And then when you do that, you're going to start getting even more recommendations about cardboard cutouts or whatever it might be that you might be dabbling in and that you have a great opportunity where there's very little competition. We'll see you guys in the next one.